the Los Angeles Lakers, the Utah Jazz, and the Minnesota Timberwolves complete a 3-team trade in which every team gets possibly what they want, but we're going to talk about how it could impact the Chicago Bulls. We're going to get to all that and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
All right, Bulls fans. So if you guys have been on social media or just in conversations, you've known over the last basically 24 hours, we've been getting more and more conversation on if Russell Westbrook is bought out, could he come to the Chicago Bulls? Well, that deal is now officially gone down as the Los Angeles Lakers are sending Russell Westbrook and their 2027 first-round pick to Utah. They're in this deal getting back D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt. And Mike Conley is going to the Minnesota Timberwolves along with the second-round pick. Now, this is a deal in which I think every team gets exactly what they want out of here. The Los Angeles Lakers get a talented point guard in D'Angelo Russell, two other players that could be in their starting lineup in Malik Beasley and Jared Vanderbilt, a player that I wanted in Jared Vanderbilt, a young, talented 3-and-D possible wing that's just tough, can play both forward positions, even some small ball center a little bit. They get an influx of talent. For a player that was older and coming off the bench for them, they get a huge influx of talent to add to Rui Hachimura, who they already just got a few weeks ago. The Minnesota Timberwolves get a second-round pick back and a veteran point guard in Mike Conley that is going to possibly be really big for them on that team as they need some leadership down there. And the Utah Jazz get exactly what they want. They get rid of a lot of contracts. They free up some cap space in the future. They get another first-round pick to add to the bevy of first-round picks they've already gotten in this offseason, and they're possibly going to buy out Russell Westbrook. Now, that's where the Bulls come into place at. We've been talking about the Bulls possibly monitoring the buyout market. Doesn't seem like they were going to be heavy in the trade market. So now they have the potential of trying to go after Russell Westbrook. Now, the question is he even going to be interested to come here, right? But we're going to, for the nature of this conversation, we're going to say that he is. There's already other teams rumored in the Miami Heat and others that could be looking to get Russell Westbrook. But, you know, we are the Utah Jazz and now have 15 first-round picks in 2029. But the Heat are interested in Russell Westbrook. There's rumor that the Clippers could also be interested in Russell Westbrook, them themselves buying out John Wall. So with that being said, it's possible right now that the Chicago Bulls could look to go after Russell Westbrook if he does indeed hit the buyout market. And the one thing with the buyout market, for those that don't know, you can only sign a player for up to what they were making. I think it's only a veteran minimum, if depending on what he's bought out for. So it's every team is even. Every team can only offer them the same thing. So that it's not a chance that somebody outbids you or anything like that. But Russell Westbrook is a player that has been better coming off the bench. Since moving, when he was he only started 3 games this season, only scoring 10 points per game. Since he's moved to the bench, he's averaging 15.9 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, and 7.5 assists, doing that on 41% shooting. Now, I know some Bulls fans are already going to say, well, he can step in and become our starter right away. I have a difference of opinion. I think Russell Westbrook, if the Bulls do get him, he should be that 6th man for the Chicago Bulls. You already have 2 ball-dominant players in Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan in that starting lineup, and we have a center, Nikola Vucevic, that's best when things go through him. He doesn't get enough touches. If Russell Westbrook does come to the Chicago Bulls, I'm hoping that he's going to come off the bench for the Bulls where he's been more effective, been more efficient, and every single thing can go through him. And then you also look, because he is a passer and somebody who can set up other players, that gets more out of Andre Drummond, right? That gets more, hopefully, out of Kobe White. That gets more out of the other players, of Javonte Green, Derrick Jones Jr., players that just play fast, get out in transition. Russell Westbrook can use those players greatly. So in my opinion, if the Bulls do go after Russell Westbrook when he hits the buyout market, I think he should become a 6th man. But I'm going to throw the question to you guys. If Russell Westbrook does indeed hit the buyout market and he's willing to come to the Chicago Bulls, do you see him as a starter? Do you see him as a 6th man? Do you think it's even worth the Bulls going after him to come to the team if he does hit the buyout market? Also, on the off chance that he does go to the Clippers, they'll probably buy out John Wall at that point. Should we then pivot and go after John Wall? Let me know what you guys think on all that down below. Wanted to get this update to you guys as quick as possible. Make sure you sound off down below on your thoughts. Love you guys. Go Bulls. See red all the good stuff. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.